Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
Hello.
back to another episode of Codex After Dark. This is Comics Unleashed. My name is Tim. This beautiful man over here is J-Dubs. Over in the corner down below him is the curator of the Library of Comics, the Ric Flair himself.
Woo!
Uncle Gary, and right next to him is our special guest tonight. You know him, you love him. He is on YouTube. He is M.O.N Comics, otherwise known as Brandon. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing tonight?
Electric. This is great.
Doing great because we have a special guest.
That's right. And with a special guest, that means special energy, more cuss words, more innuendos, more uncomfortability, not for us, but for the chat, and more special appearances from Hulk 180. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of, Sale will probably be popping on here in a little while.
Oh, hey, right on. The slab guy himself. That's fantastic. Right. All right, we're going to get about 30 seconds of business out of the way before we dive right into showing the hottest pulls of the week, super awesome back issues, and a wonderfully scary and eerie showcase from Uncle Gary tonight. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, we've got something we want to give to you, Uncle Gary. What would that be?
Oh, here at Codex Station, we have all the socials, and we want to give them to you.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be soft, we'll be gentle, and we'll even pay for the doctor's checheckup afterwards. At the Codex Station, make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe.
That statement's got me violated.
There you go. If you do any of those things, the like, the share, the subscribe, the follow for our channel or Brandon's, which you'll be able to find out where to go here in just a moment, that helps channels like ours out. That is a better way to do it than anything else. Number one, it shows support. Number two, it tells the YouTube algorithm demigods that we deserve to be shown to more people. And number three, it makes you feel happy. So go ahead and do that. And also, after we're done giving you all the socials, and the next morning when we make you a beautiful spread of pancakes, eggs, waffles, and the sausage you got the night before, head over to the codexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Get that long t-shirt that you can wear when you get up and do that awesome stretch in the morning. The codexstation.com. Brandon, if you don't mind, sir, please let everybody know where they can find you right in YouTube.
M.O.N Comics on YouTube. You can also, I'm on Instagram at M.O.N Comics. I try to put out just stuff there, notifications about stuff I'm doing, shows I'm going on. But you know, if I'm going to be on someone's show or they're coming on mine, I just try to promote it as much as possible without drowning people out. So that's where you can find me.
Ladies and gentlemen, head over to M.O.N Comics right here on YouTube. Please hit that like, share, subscribe, and follow. Yep. If you like our content, you will love his content. He's got a plethora of stuff, and we were even on there for an end-of-year episode last year.
So it was a highlight. Yep, it was
amazing.
It was a great night that we all looked forward to, and then afterwards had a blast talking about how much fun we had.
We should do the Christmas show every year. We should just say you guys are the Christmas show.
Yeah. That's the gift that keeps on giving. I'm all history.
I thought that was the socials we had was the gift that keeps giving.
Those are the gifts you don't ever give away.
It's like luggage. You don't get rid of it.
That's
I was going to say something else.
But Brandon, before we go into all the stuff we have for tonight, you have your regular episodes that you put out showing collections, showing books that you picked up. And you also have your Big Five Live. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
So once I started putting out enough content after about 6 months, I, started to take into effect, watching Jeff from Comic Spots. First time I watched you guys when you interviewed him. And of course, Mike came on and I fell into your content. And I started knowing it was a big theme throughout YouTube. Lives were a fun thing to do. That really becomes the fruit of your labor, is to have people on your show or be on their shows and do what we love. So I thought I've got to come up with a way to connect the community. So throughout my regular shows, I usually show my top 5 pickups for the past couple months. I call it M.O.N Mail, and I just show what I'm getting. And it's also really to highlight those really good sellers out there.
Nice.
And I get them from all over. And then I was like, well, if I did, M.O.N Comics Big Five Live, I could have on 4 other people, me being the 5th, showing 5 books, all in the idea of stoking that comic conversation. So I just kind of went with it, and I'm having a blast doing it. And like I said, if you guys we could just tell everyone in the chat, you guys are going to be the New Year pre-Christmas episode, and just the gift that's keep on giving. We could do Secret Santas and stuff. Oh God,
we did this
Amy,
year.
That's it right there. You're in our Secret Santa now. It's
the Big Five show is great, but then you got clowns that don't adhere to the rules and show more than 5 comments.
You were not the first to break the rules, Uncle Gary. However, when you broke the rules, there was just something cool about it. Showing off X number of swamp things, that, and then going from golden to silver to pre-code horror, like you ran the gambit, and I was glad you did. You could slow down next time. Five's more of a construct and more of a suggestion.
One of the funniest parts is where I was going through all these, and I had Avengers 1 and all these, and I had FF1 and something else. You go, whoa, wait, go back. And we said, but you can't see that, Brandon.
You said 5. And I'm sorry, that was a Jamie thing that I told him to do. Yeah. I was like, hey,
it was fine. It was cool. It was so funny.
You get past your 5, be like, I only had 5, but I could have shown you this and this.
I know.
I immediately was like, just looking at all the titles, trying to like take them in and be like,
yeah. See, now you can go back and pause on each one and look at the comics in all their glory.
I did that with the museum tour too, though. I was pausing at your house. I was like, okay. I was like writing them down. I'm like, all right, so he's got this Justice League, So that's what I was doing.
Well, brother, February 7th, I have a big anniversary. Because that is the day that Justice League of America, I showed that book, 111, hit the newsstands. I don't know exactly when I bought it, but I'll celebrate it that day because it hit the newsstands. But that's 50 years of comic collecting, nonstop, full on, never stopped.
That's your Genesis book, right?
That was my Genesis book, and I never stopped collecting. So that's why I'll celebrate that next, in a week or two. I'll celebrate
that's great
50 straight years of collecting. But it was a blast being on. But what happened with all those books is another. Yeah, thank you. That's another. Thank you, TJ. That's another example though where Jamie wound me up, and then I took it a little further than even he had hoped. So I tell the fellas.
Oh no, I was like, this is I literally was watching it at work. I had to rewatch it when I got home that morning. I was like, I see this again.
So it's funny you mentioned that because when Wes reached out to me and told me about Uncle Gary and I went and watched the museum, I'm like, well, I have an Uncle Gary like in my facet of collecting, except his name is Steven.
We talked about it, TJ.
And
TJ.
If you look up on Instagram, Collecto6, COLLECTO6.
Yeah, he's been in the chat a couple times.
He and Gary's collection looks very similar. So like I got to know him and I was looking at his books and then I meet Gary and I'm like, okay, here's two people I now know that own this pre-code book, Fantastic Four 1, X-Men, like all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I'm very grateful to like know two people that are preserving history, like big time. Like that makes me happy.
Oh, look, it does mean to preach about this on my Comic Logic card. It's got my name and it says Preacher of the Lore. And that's what I try to do. I'm trying to preach this and preach the creators, the writers, the artists of yesteryear that built the foundation for this wonderful art form that we have. Because it's not all about the new and the shiny right now.
No.
Let's remember these men and women who did the hard work and cleared the brush and laid that foundation and built this great industry that we're on. And so one of the things I love is that these fellas here have given me a forum to talk about that stuff. And what I did to you is kind of what I did to them on the first show too. And I said, well, Tim, I could be, when we talk about books, I could be an ass and I could say, oh yeah, here's a facsimile of, so that's why I kind of did that with you. So I kept showing the facsimiles and the guy's jaws were just dropping left and right. And I told, and Tim gave me permission to be an ass. So I took it and I ran with it.
I think the conversation on the phone.
You messaged me. You're like Tim messaged me. So like Uncle Gary's kind of like you in a sense. Can he be you when you're not here? And I was like, of course. And as soon as I seen it, I was like, that's me in like 40 years.
I think the conversation went something along the lines of, Tim, can I be kind of an ass? I was like, Gary, yes, go ahead. Show these guys everything you have. Hold nothing back.
So I'm glad I watched your tour before you came on because I was prepared for that whole barrage of awesomeness in comic history. I was like, okay, you're ready for this, Brandon. you
Well,
prepared for
Brandon,
this.
I'll find the first episode that Gary was on, and I'll send you
Yes,
the link
please
to
do.
that so you
Please
can
do.
watch it. It is
yeah,
jaw-
that was a pretty good introduction, and
yeah.
and I knew, and I was just on because I'd won a contest
Hey, Sonny.
to appear on the show, and I said, I don't know if these fellows know what they've gotten into, letting me
Well,
on.
it was like I was texting Jamie through the show. When you watch the episode, you'll see me kind of look down and do this every now and then. I'm
Okay, let
talking
me
to Jamie the whole way.
precursor this right now. I literally said it's fine him coming on because that was the contestant winner thing. I was like, he'd be alive on a show, and Uncle Gary messaged me. He's like, I got over almost 50,000 issues, blah blah this and that. And me and Tim were going back and forth, and I'm like, hey Tim, just to let you know, we're not hiring any more people on. We're not bringing anyone else on. We're done. That's it. We're
Done.
fully staffed on whatever. And then I'm on vacation visiting my parents in Illinois, and I flip it on, and I'm watching it. And mid show, me and Tim are going back, and I'm like, yeah, just tell him he can come on.
Yeah, he's in.
We're hiring him, aren't we? I was like, fuck yeah, we are. That's
He's
it.
in. It's like letting Rudy in the Monster Squad. Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, he's in. He's in. So Tim says at the end, call, let us know if you like Uncle Gary. We'll have him on again. He goes, forget it. He's going to be back anyway.
Yeah,
in.
that's
Yeah,
happening.
he's not going to leave us alone. He's in. That's so cool. I love how you guys are a cohesive unit and have so many great, content creators and characters and personalities within your group. It's amazing.
It took a while to craft the team, but we've got a really good one.
It's a great mix, and everyone has different strengths, and everyone complements one another. And like I tell people, they didn't bring me for my tech skills because I can't do it. It's a wonder I can do what we're doing right now.
Don't let Gary lie. He is our
I'm very rudimentary.
behind the counter.
Yeah, but Brandon, let me make you an offer though, brother. If you get your butt down in the DC area, I'm about 40 miles outside of DC. You can have a tour, baby. So
I would be honored. I'd love to. Is the metro run that far out to you?
Almost. Yeah, the metro system almost. And I worked there. I retired from there. I worked there 30 years.
So what would you be closest to? The Red Line?
The Ashburn. No, I'm all the way in Ashburn, Virginia. Dulles Airport. There's 2 stops past Dulles, and that's where
details off air, ladies and gentlemen.
But
I'll get there.
Place.
But you get in the Northern Virginia area, we'll work it out, and you'll get a tour, brother.
I'd love to, man. It'd be an honor. It'd be an absolute honor.
Well, all right.
Real fast, let's get these sponsors out the way, and let's get in these comics, guys.
All right.
Save this fun little form for the end.
There you go. Jamie, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about our first sponsor, please, W Energy.
Yeah, guys, go check out W Energy over at w.gg. It is the cleanest form of an energy drink you'll find on the market today. It's not like any of the Monsters or Red Bulls out there with that bad aftertaste, giving you jitters, everything like that. Is the best. I'm telling you, everyone here has tried it. Everyone here loves it, and it helps when you're trying to get through the shows.
No crash. That's literal, 100%.
Yeah, and you can save yourself 10% on any order using the keyword code-X at checkout. Remember, that's code-X at checkout. Save yourself 10%. Go get your sample pack.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get our other sponsor for Codex out of the way, and that would be Nirvana Comics right in Knoxville, Tennessee. They are my exclusive comic shop. They are amazing. Grant, Jasmine, and the entire Nirvana Comics team, they have a comic for everybody, and they want to make sure that you walk out of there as happy as can be. Right there's the address in Knoxville, Tennessee, and if you can't make it, go ahead and head over to their website, nirvanacomicsknoxville.com, where you can get store exclusives, back issues, you can set up a pull list, and so much more. And yes, they do ship within the United States. I'm not sure about international. I'll find that out for you. But head over to nirvanacomicsknoxville.com. They have a comic for everybody. All right, Jamie, I agree. Let's get into some issues here.
I have issues.
I think we all do at this point.
We all have issues. That's right.
All right. So Jamie's going to have me go first. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any polls this week. I wasn't able to make it to Nirvana to get that, but I will have them the next time I'm on. Don't worry about that. But what I have for you guys right now, Nirvana Comics shout out. Absolutely. Right on, Next Gen Collector. They are a great store. They're a wonderful store. Grant, Jasmine, McKay, everybody. They're awesome. But Brandon, I've got a stack
The
of.
Colossus.
Oh, hey, I've got a stack of about 25 or 26 books that I pulled from my collection that I'd like to share with you and the rest of the team here at Codex. So some of these I haven't shown before. Others may look familiar, but we'll go ahead and get started. So this is Transformers number 0 from the IDW run. This is the BotCon 2005 exclusive.
Ooh.
Not too bad.
Very cool.
I hear Uncle Gary has a modified metal detector that will pick up comics if you are just letting you know. That is very true.
Thank you for pointing out that I do have excellent security.
All right, let's go ahead and move forward here. I've got Moon Knight number 5. This is a 1 in 25 Arthur Adams variant.
That's like, oh, nice.
Yeah, not
That's
too
pretty.
bad. I dig that.
He's a great artist.
All right, let's go ahead and head to some late bronze, maybe late silver, early bronze. This is Doctor Strange, Master of the Mystic Arts, number 1.
I love Frank
there's
Bruner.
a great book. Great
Frank
cover.
Bruner. Remember that name tonight, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah. This is a beautiful book. I love the artwork, and you don't see this anymore. All right. So the two fastest heroes in the DC Comics universe is Superman and the Flash, and they have raced several times. I think this is race number 6. I'm unsure.
It's probably around number 6.
Yeah.
I would
Either
say
way,
that's-
this is DC Comics Presents number 1, and that is pretty cool right there. Looks like Superman's tripping. He be tripping.
He had some kryptonite laced. He had some bad drugs laced with kryptonite. Yeah,
exactly. Here's a beautiful Virgin variant. This is a carnageized Black Cat. Take a peek at that, guys.
Oh man,
gorgeous book.
She's a gorgeous gal, but I don't know what's that.
Yes. Oh yes, Felicia, you can steal my jewels any day.
She may take the jewels you don't want to give up.
Well, I would happily if she asked nicely. Here's another race. This is a more modern race for Superman and the Flash. This is the Flash number 53.
Yep.
Beautiful Dan Jurgens artwork, or is that Jerry Ordway? That's Jurgens.
Yeah, it looks like Jurgens to me. Yeah.
Gorgeous stuff. Nice modern stuff. Let's go ahead and take it back to 1988 or 89. One of the two. I think it's 88. Wolverine number 1.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. That's gorgeous stuff right there. Can't go wrong. All right. We are heading way back into the Silver Age. Gary and Brandon and Jamie, take a peek at this. This is Superman number 173.
Very nice.
Yes.
Love it. I love Brainiac and his jorts.
Hey, when you got green legs like that, you need to show them.
That is very true. That is very true. Let's go into some World's Finest. This is issue number 150. This is a gorgeous copy. The yellow pops.
It does. Look at that. Yep. Beautiful.
Wonderful. Yeah, I love it. What does it say? Duel of the Super Gamblers. So there you go. All right, we're going to stick with World's Finest. This is issue 183, and it's Superman's Crime of the Ages.
Oh, that's a lovely Neil Adams cover, too.
Adams,
yeah.
You know his Batman.
Gorgeous. Oh, yeah. Okay, going into some crossovers. We were talking about that a little bit ago. This is Legends of the Dark Claw number 1. Take a look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I love it. That is wonderful, wonderful artwork right there. Yeah. Staying kind of with Wolverine. We'll go with Wolverine number 24. This is early Jim Lee artwork.
Oh, lovely.
Not bad.
You guys love the colors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good. Let's move backwards a little bit to some Daredevil. I think we're in 1982. This is issue number 184.
Frank Miller. Yeah.
Classic cover. I love it. And this is
looks nice too. Nice
minty
shape.
fresh, and it's newsstand.
Ooh,
yeah. Okay. Going next, we're going to move over to The Punisher. #1. I love this cover. I think this is one of the most creative and outrageous covers ever.
Yeah.
It was,
Point
yeah,
blank.
I
yeah.
had that whole run.
Oh, he's got this bazooka, this rocket launcher that he's about to blast this guy in the face. It makes no sense, but
I know. The first time I saw that, I was like, "This looks so cool," but I'm like, "He'd be dead."
yes,
Yeah, well, yeah, that's like taking a shotgun to a fly.
yeah. I'm gonna get him. Jamie, this one's for you, sir.
Sweet.
This is Firestorm #1, first appearance and first solo. Hey, Video Games 1980s, how you doing? Glad to have you here.
Hello?
And Codex.
Love that cover.
Yes, I got that
Al
whole
Milgram.
series.
Al
First
Milgram, yeah.
appearance of
Al
Killer
Milgram.
Frost and
Yep.
Hyena is in that series as well.
In this one here?
Yep.
In that first 5-issue miniseries.
Nice. Right on. Yeah, Al Milgram, he's going to be at Baltimore.
Yes.
And I'm going to take this and
I'm
have
bringing my whole staff with me.
I heard you say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Great costume design.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Firestorm,
Yes.
too. That's a fantastic.
And it
costume.
hasn't changed much over the years either.
No.
And I'm very thankful for that.
Well,
Yep.
real fast, Video Game 1980s. Check out our comic character week. We did a whole deep dive on Firestorm. If you want to learn some more, hear from some of us and what we think we could start at, go for it.
And learn a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, gentlemen, we are going to go with some femme fatale here in a minute. To know her is to know fear. And this is the Spider-Woman #1.
Oh, there you go.
Gorgeous.
Her first issue of her own
That's
book.
right. Absolutely. This is a wonderful, beautiful copy. I love it. This iconic character. I mean, she's relevant more now than she was before. It's fantastic.
Yep.
Okay. Next, we're going to go back to some Frank Miller. We're going to go with Wolverine #2.
Ooh, nice.
Right there, too. So there you go.
Frank Miller's first comic book. Do you know what book it was in? His first comic art?
Was it Spider-Man? Spectacular? Spider-Man?
Weird War. Weird War
Oh.
for DC. The horror anthology. Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and I had Milgram sign the exact same book. Nice guy. Fantastic. I hope to meet him in Baltimore so I can have him sign that.
We may have an upcoming Codex interview with Al, right?
I believe so. I think
Yeah.
Dan
Dan
has
has
on lockdown.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah, so look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. Dan is hard at work in the
Mhm.
background trying to score some more interviews with great creators.
He's been a beast with it. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Moving forward, let's go back to the modern era a little bit. This is the first appearance of Doomsday, Superman, the Man of Steel, #18.
Oh, great looking book. Great cover.
Oh, yeah.
That should also be Jurgens, right?
This is
Breeding.
Bogdanov.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Gotcha.
Yeah, he did that. Next, we're going to go even more modern, and we're going to go with the first appearance of Silk, the Amazing Spider-Man #4, but we're going to show a variant.
Ooh.
Yeah, Humberto Ramos. I
Oh,
believe.
nice.
Yep, that's what it looks like. Yeah, gorgeous book. Gorgeous. I love it.
That is a great looking
Yeah.
cover.
All right, let's go with another first full appearance, ladies and gentlemen. This is Amazing Spider-Man #361. You know it, you love it, enjoy it.
There it
Yes,
is.
it is.
Nice.
Gorgeous cover. Yeah, it is Bagley art, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it?
Cletus. Cletus Unleashed.
We are almost finished here. I've got the first appearance of Damian. This is Batman #656.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, this is a hot
That
book
is
right
great.
now. Yeah, so that's getting the encapsulation. Let's go with Virgin cover. This is an Art Germ 1 in 100. Phoenix Resurrection #1, The Return. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Oh, great
Yes.
cover.
Jeez.
Gorgeous.
What a work
He-
of art.
Oh, yeah. He is my favorite variant cover artist right now, and I pick up just about anything he does.
En Fuego.
Oh, he's on that list too. Another person that's on my list is David Finch. This is Wolverine #2. This is the 1 in 100 sketch variant. This is Virgin also.
Oh, look at that.
Such a
Awesome.
gorgeous book. I love it. That is.
Great
Oh
cover.
yeah, it does not need any color. This
Nope.
is perfect
Nope.
the way that it is.
Ugh.
All right. And I got two more. These are the big ones. So a movie just finished filming not too long ago. It's got Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in it. Does anybody know what it is?
The proposal?
No.
Oh,
Green Lantern 2.
No. That would be
Blade Trinity Redux.
yes, that is exactly correct. That is Deadpool 3, ladies and gentlemen, and I just so happen to have the first time them two ever fought, and that would be Wolverine number 88.
Oh, that's a great cover.
Yeah, David Finch is awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes,
So
he is.
this book's going to get even hotter than it is right now, and when the movie comes out, it's going to be astronomical. I can't wait to not sell it. Last one, excuse me, is a second print, iconic cover, beautiful, gorgeous. Everybody knows what it is. This is Batman number 423. This is the second print, gentlemen.
Oh, there you go.
That cape, though.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. How can he hold his arm way up there? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's Todd for you. Doesn't matter. It's how it
Exactly.
is.
It's anatomy.
And it looks gorgeous. So
Mhm.
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my back issues
Very good. Good
for the
job.
week. All right.
Tim's own little spotlight.
There you go. My mini showcase before the main showcase. All right.
That's very admirable.
Jamie, what about you, good sir? What do you have this
All
week?
right. So, as always, I got to preface this by saying, and I'm going to quote, I live in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, so I always, get my books every 2 weeks, and I'm a week behind every show because of the fact I got to go every 2 weeks. So I'm showing my pulls, and I have one mail call, and I think Uncle Gary's going to love it, and I think I know he knows what it is.
Mm.
So, kicking off with some indie love, we got Transformers number 4.
Such a good series. I'm loving that series right now.
Very nice.
Now, here's the part where I can blame my wonderful, wonderful girlfriend that keeps adding to my pull list because now she is a comic book enthusiast herself. She found a series that I didn't even know existed yet, and it's from Omnipress.
What you got there?
Invasive number 1.
Ooh.
Oh, gruesome.
Wow.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you.
There's a great cover.
So what is Invasive about?
I have no idea. I haven't read it yet, but she read it, and she's like, I'm doing a review on this. And I'm like, okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
all right.
And then
Wow.
the second one.
Side Quest jumps in, says, dang, super late. No worries, man. Fashionably late is cool. Enjoy
Yeah.
the rewatch, and good to see you here.
But yeah, Invasive number 2.
That's a face not even a mother can
Yeah.
love.
Some
And then-
mother somewhere loves it.
Then the other one she found that I didn't know, from Boom Studios,
Ooh.
one of our favorites, Lotus Land, number 1.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yes, she said this was amazing as well.
Have you
And
read it
number
yet
2?
or no?
No, I haven't gotten a chance to. I've been working on the other ones.
Look at
Well, that's disturbing.
Yes.
Jeez.
One of my favorite indie titles right now, and I love the man himself, Jeff Lemire. Fish Flies number 4.
They talk about that at Comic Logic. I haven't gotten it, but the fellas
Oh,
love it.
it's amazing. Now jumping into some Marvel love there, I got Avengers number 9.
Oh,
It's been a good book. Very good
yes, it's so good.
Oh yeah,
book. A classic
McKay.
classic Clash cover.
Yeah.
Oh, Jed is amazing. The one that everyone's loving right now.
Yep.
Ultimate Spider-Man number 1.
That is upwards of $60 right now.
And I have
Wow.
all of the variant copies coming to me here soon.
God almighty.
Nice.
Next up, we got some foily goodness for a change from me. Avengers
Sal would be
Twilight
here to
number
love it.
1.
Ooh.
That's beautiful. That's so cool.
Did you read that yet?
Yes, it is amazing.
Good book.
And then I got the standard cover as well.
That almost looks better, in my opinion.
You're fired.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful ride.
Won't be the first.
No, won't be the
time.
first and last.
Won't be the last.
And the
time.
reason that maps were invented, the Amazing Spider-Man number 42, Gang War.
Ugh, I'm just
the maps. It has maps. I know. Oh, so good.
All right.
Oh, Tim's on. Tim left.
Yeah,
was
Tim's done. Jumping into
Maps.
DC.
F
Wesley
that.
Dobbs, Sandman number 4.
Ooh,
That's a great
cool.
cover.
it's much better than Amazing Spider-Man written by Zeb Wells.
Yeah. All right, next up, one of my favorite covers, Green Lantern number 7.
Oh,
Oh, it's a great
Mhm.
cover.
Kilowog in the background.
Yeah.
with a hammer.
Yeah.
Next up, Action Comics 1061.
Oh, Bizarro.
Wow.
Great.
Little facsimile love for Uncle Gary. I had to because I needed it. Batman Beyond #1.
Good. Nothing wrong with that.
Love it. Love it.
That's wonderful.
Then we have Titans #7.
Oh, great cover.
So what's the deal with the story there? I know it's a big event with Beast Boy and all that stuff, and I have not read any of it, but I know kind of what's
I like
happening.
it.
Yeah. Uncle Gary, you want to give that little synopsis?
Well, I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, Beast Boy makes a great big sacrifice to save the world because the Titans are the first line of defense right now because the League is not in existence right now. And they step up big time, and Beast Boy makes a tremendous sacrifice, and it's fighting Starro, the Star Conqueror, and he has to match that with what form he takes. And so the aftermath of that, the spores are released, and people are Beast Boys has released Starro spores, and they have taken people over. And if they get in them, then the people turn into beasts.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty good. It's really been good.
Right on. Richard, always the fan coming in clutch. I'm with Tim on Wells Spider-Man run. This is why you made Tim very Richard, happy. This is why you're my #1 fan. It's me.
Yeah.
I thought your co-host might have had you locked up at SideQuest Comics. There you go.
All right. But next up, I got Nightwing 110.
Oh, I love that.
And see what Batman is? A spore did that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. One of the fun books that Uncle Gary always talks about, Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong #4.
That is a great book. That book is fun. Yep.
Nightwing doing some gliding action there.
Yes. Next up, I have Jay Garrick Flash #4, and I do love this cover.
That is a great cover. Very good cover.
That's wonderful.
Now we go on to Green Lantern Word Journal #5.
Yep, John Stewart. That's been a really good book too.
I love the difference in perspective there. In the color, it's his regular suit, and in the green, it's something different. That's amazing.
All right, next up, Wonder Woman #5.
I've been digging that series too.
That's one of my favorite series from Disney right now.
Yep,
it's so good.
Tom King.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I fell off Tom King. After Rorschach, I was like, I'm done with you.
It got a lot of hate in the beginning, but as the story has progressed, each issue has been spectacular.
I got to see Tom King last week in person, and I got to tell him how much I love Danger Street.
Yeah.
So I had a good conversation with Tom King, and that book has been a lot of fun.
Very much. My last DC, Superman #10.
That's been a great book.
All right, Uncle Gary. Are you ready to see my mail call from Sal, the slab guy himself?
Let's see what Sal says.
Ooh, I don't know if you're ready for this.
I'll buckle up. Oh, there you go. Weird Mystery 22, right?
Wow.
Yep. Got a nice cover. Luis Dominguez cover.
I love it.
Bronze Age horror, man. Can't go wrong.
Now I'm stuck. Now I got to start getting them.
Look, there's only 24.
I know, and I already started doing the math on how much money I'm going to waste on it.
Hey, it's good to know that that's not a terribly expensive.
No, it's not. That's why I was like, I can get all this.
Yep. You can get all the other 23 relatively painlessly.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wonderful.
All right.
There might be some more of those books showcased.
Is that all you got, Jamie?
Yeah, so without further ado, Brandon, man.
Wow.
Yep.
You guys brought some heat. But I brought some stuff. This year I'm trying to stay just laser focused on my collecting goals and to get just that stuff and not just pick up like cover buys. Like maybe I see a modern comic that has a sick cover or I heard is a great read. I'm trying not to do that. But this first comic is a 1 of 1. No one else has this book. Ooh. And that's because my friend Travis, who's an artist,
wow,
that for me.
That's amazing.
Travis is from Comics Limited on YouTube, and
Nice.
he does a lot of sweet artwork. And I sent him some stuff for Christmas, and just today I got this package, and it's absolutely gorgeous piece of girl in the red dress, and Man-Thing's holding her. He really knocked this out of the park.
That is wonderful.
And that's a one of one.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so can't thank him enough. This was amazing.
Man.
He also sent me a modern Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing.
I have that one.
I think I have a couple of these already too, like down the issue numbers. But thought that was cool.
Is that a Gleason cover?
Mm-hmm.
You guys know more than me on that one.
Yes, it is a Gleason cover. It's right underneath the name right there. It says underneath Man-Thing.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yep.
TJ says looks great for the one-of-one Man-Thing. Doug says that is incredible. And SideQuest also says, wow, that's killer hand orange covering eyes.
Yeah, mixed media pencil sketch with colored inks and Posca paint pens with some colored pencils to adjust the tone of the colors. And it took him 6 hours to do.
What's his channel again?
Comics Limited.
Okay.
Great guy, just a sweetheart. So he sent me that, the modern Man-Thing, and then I'm going after the Fear or Adventure into Fear run, the first 20 issues. Like Uncle Gary, I love the Bronze Age horror. Man-Thing has, once it hits issue 10, it becomes Adventure into Fear with Man-Thing. Right. And so I wanted to, because I collected the whole first series of Man-Thing so I could read through it. And now I thought I'd go after this. So he sent me issues 16, so 1973, Frank Bruner cover art. Gotta love him.
I love that cover. That's one of my favorite in that run.
Yeah, with and Steve Gerber did the story.
Yep.
So he sent me that. He sent me issue 15, which is also Gerber and Bruner. Awesome monster battle cover.
I like that. Who's he going against? I know it's not Abomination, but it sure does look like him.
I haven't read this yet. I forgot. It's some generic monster, I think,
right
probably, that they give some wacky name to, but I haven't gotten into this yet. But I love that cover. And then he also gave me 18, and at this point, it's John Romita and Gaspar Saladino doing the cover.
Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah. So was really grateful that he knocked three of the ones I was hunting down off my list.
How many more do you need of the Man-Thing issues there?
Not anymore. Not like maybe 8. Maybe 8. 19's first Howard the Duck.
Right.
So that's
first Howard
probably gonna cost me the most. But
11 and do you have 11?
I do. I have 10, 11. I had the big ones like Man-Thing's first solo story in that, and then 11's first Jennifer Kale, Nexus of Realities.
Right.
All that good stuff.
Do you have the magazine that Man-Thing first appeared in?
Yeah, actually, I was going to bring that down off the wall. I forgot.
Nice.
So,
Savage
Sales. This is their new magazine style slab. It is. I don't need security. I think I just knocked someone over the head with this. And that's it. So I got this
that recently, right?
Yes, yeah. I got this end of the year off Mark from Collectibles on Instagram. Yep. And he quoted it. He said, I think it's a 4 or 5 copy. And that's what, and it came back dead on. After Jeff didn't work on this one because I needed it back quick. So CCS just did a press on it. And it's fine. I knew it was in that realm anyways. But the first appearance, the John Buscema decapitation cover is just brilliant. I don't care if Man-Thing's not at the front, because that cover
what's
makes up for
inside
it.
That matters.
Right. Exactly. So I was very grateful to pick this up. I've got all of his, his Astonishing Tales 12 with his first comic book appearance, and then 13 his first cover appearance, which is just he's a chunky boy. He's not how I like to think. The Man-Thing looks like Uncle Gary. He's buff and ready to fight.
Right.
This one, he's just looks like he just got finished at Burger King and was out trying to save someone. So, I was grateful to get that. And then this was a gift from my buddy JP, who is one half of the Absolute Game of Nerds channel. And he knows I love foil covers from the 90s, Blade's first ongoing.
Wow.
Just a cool cover.
That's great.
Brandon, best foil cover ever is Lobo 1. You know the cover. See, I don't have to ask if you know the cover because you just laughed and gave it away.
Yep. I remember that one. And then I actually picked this up before Travis sent me the other ones, but this is Fear number 2.
Oh,
so these are all compilation stories, Bronze Age horrors, and Jack Kirby's artwork on the front, and I haven't dove into this yet, but I love that. I think that's something I loved about Bronze Age horror that maybe you can identify with, Uncle Gary, is that you didn't need to read weekly issues to keep up with it. You could pick up
Nope.
any of them, and there was 3 or 4 separate stories, often with a cool twist at the end that was just left you
Right.
thinking or was supposed to be horrific. So that's why I gravitate towards the Bronze
Wow.
Age horror. So yeah, knock this off. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 now. I'm almost done with a sub 10, but they're not bad. They're cheap. Like this is like, I don't know, $8, you know. So
Wow.
to get it shipped to me, and then I thought I'd go into some slabs. This was
SideQuest says that that Fear is a beautiful cover there.
oh yeah, give me monsters all day long. This was a win from my buddy Michael over at Casino Comics. Mike works in a casino during the day, does YouTube content at night, and he had a 100 subscriber giveaway, and I entered, and I was lucky enough to win. And the way he did the giveaway was really cool. You had to put like hashtag 100, you know, so that he could filter the comments. But what was great was he said, "Are you, you know, list your favorite characters or teams, and I'm going to build you a package based on that." So when I won, he knew what I liked already because we watched each other's content. But I put like Predator and Fantastic Four, you know, and sure enough, he sent me some awesome modern Predator covers. I actually already put them away, but the one that blew me away is he sent me a Fantastic Four 66 and a CGC 6.0.
Wow.
Nice.
So I told him, I go, I don't know how you're going to beat that giveaway, dude. If you hit 200 subs, I don't know what the hell you're going to give away, because this was just, I needed this. I'm trying to do the Kirby Lee 1 to 102 Fantastic Four run. So I needed this, and to have it, you know, slabbed origin
Casino
story.
Comics?
Yes, yeah. Mike's
Wow.
great.
What's the label at the top? What's the special label at the top?
It's the FF49 scene,
okay.
the one they offered at the time, which
Nice.
I think it works obviously the best with the actual comic, you know. But I was thankful. It was a really cool, thoughtful thing, and it was one that I was, you know, actively looking for. And 2-part origin of Warlock begins in this one.
Yeah. Wow.
So really cool. And then the last couple books I want to show, they were my part of my collecting goals for this year. I was out of comics in the early 2000s when this series came out, but when Invincible hit Amazon and I watched it, and I, you know, seemed like a very normal, like, well, it was not normal, it was, you know, superhero story. Father, the superhero, and his kids waiting to get his powers, you know, and it was lovable characters. Then the end, it takes a dark ass turn, and I was like, I am in. I am in for this right now. I want to see where they're going with this. So I ordered the omnibus off Amazon because I just don't want to collect all the, like, it's just too much. But I said I want to get 2 first appearances I want to get a first appearance of a hero and a first appearance of a villain. And so for the hero, I chose Monster Girl. So this is Invincible number 9.
Wow.
First appearance of Monster Girl and Bulletproof. But I picked Monster Girl. I love the character, and she reminds me of my daughter, who can be as sweet as pie, but at any given point can just turn into an absolute monster. And you know, she's actually much older. She ages every time she uses her powers to turn into that guy. But I thought she was a cool character. And you know, when I was out of comics, this series, it started off slow, but eventually people got into it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to hunt these books down when I made it my goal. And, you know, I'm going on every Instagram sale, like every tool in my repertoire, Instagram, whatnot. I'm asking everyone, do you have this book? And no one did. eBay had 2 copies, this one and a signed one that I really didn't need. It was signed by Otley, I believe. Yeah. And it was just more than I wanted to pay. And I was like, wow, these are small. So I started doing the research, and like a lot of those lower issues were really low print runs. It was exactly like, you know, Kirkman, who did Walking Dead, did this, and same thing, low print runs. And so like on the census, there's only like 150 of these graded on the census.
Wow.
Are there raw ones? Sure. You know, we don't know how many, but I was like, if this is like a modern Ghost. So I finally just pulled the trigger on this one. I sent the guy like an offer. I think he wanted 130. I sent him an offer of $100 thinking he would shoot in the middle, you know, but he accepted it. And I was like, okay, like that seems crazy for, you know, so, and I love the cover. I just love the whole story. You know, it as an old comic collector, you know, it definitely like showed me that the modern comics have great stories and great art too.
Invincible is the thing that my son is really into right now. So he's going to love this segment of Comics Unleashed. This will be his
then
favorite.
then he'll love this one because for the hero or for the villain, I picked the first appearance of Angstrom Levy in
Ooh.
Invincible 16. He's the big bad in season 2 of Invincible, and I just thought this was a cool, beautiful pink cover. You don't see,
That's great.
when artists can pull this stuff off, it intrigues me. And they were both 9.4. Now, what is interesting about this is that I was looking on eBay for them because again, it was every time I went into a sale, I'd ask, "Do you have Invincible 9 or 16?" and everyone would say no. So I was tracking this on eBay, and one of the eBay sales had it for $83. And I looked at the seller, and it was My Comic Shop. And I had heard people talk about My Comic Shop before. It was a good website to order from. My Uncle Gary or friend Steven shops from there a lot. So I was like, okay. So I went to their website, and this book was listed on their website at $70.
Wow.
So they had it on eBay higher to try to cover the fees. They're casting more nets, but they're trying to cover those fees. So I was like, okay. So I just bought it right off there.
Nice.
So I was like, it just seems cheap for how little there are out there. I was like, oh, okay, like I guess whatever. But so I was very happy to add. This was one of my collecting goals was to get these 2 books. So before the first month's done, I was able to accomplish that, and I'm really grateful. And no more comics, but the Travis who did that wonderful artwork sent me a cool Man Thing plushie.
Nice.
Awesome. Uncle Gary, I know you appreciate it because you have so many different, you have figures and all sorts. You can never have enough pop culture stuff of your favorite character.
That is awesome.
I need a Swamp Thing one now so they can
absolutely
finally battle.
I've got a great piece in my library. I maybe it's shown on the tour. Russ Braun, an original piece where it says the Battle of the Bayou, and it's an original Pennsylvania Swamp Thing fighting Man Thing.
I saw it. I almost reached out. I was like, Uncle Gary, where can I get that? Because I was like,
that was an original piece. That's not even a print. That was an original piece that he had at a show. So I was lucky to get that. But so cool.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And, all right. Oh, go ahead, Brandon. Finish.
No, that's all I had. Thanks, guys.
Well, Gary, it is time, sir.
All right.
Oh, there's Jamie.
Look at that pretty man. That's a pretty man right there.
My Power Rangers #1. I got to show it
off. All right. Brandon, I'm going to show you a one-of-a-kind piece I had. The fellas that watch Codex, the guys and gals have seen this, but this is our own Dan Kelly did this for me.
Yeah.
Dan Kelly is a talented man, and I enjoy watching and seeing his artwork.
Oh, absolutely. So Dan
didn't he do the Spectre for you too?
Yes, he did a Spectre piece and an Aquaman piece for me. So
what a talented guy.
So this cover, I'm gonna actually give this back to Dan. I'll see him next week, and I'm gonna have him submit it and get it graded, and it gets the artist, because he's a recognized CGC artist now, and that'll be a one-of-a-kind book that nobody else in the world will have.
Yeah.
So, these books mean more to me than most books in my collection. To have something that your friend did like that is just.
It's a lot of the things in my library upstairs are pieces done by personal friends, which is really great. So if we're doing new books, we'll go Independence first. Battle.
You gotta ease them in, Gary, and then you can hammer it home with the showcase.
Oh, well, I can be gentle. Until I'm not.
Sweet nothings until it's time to grab my ponytails.
That's right. Oh man. New Burn. I keep telling you all about this. I love this. This is noir.
No, it's Zdarsky.
Modern. It's crime. It's modern crime. Zdarsky and Phillips. I love it. I am a big fan of what they're doing with the Ghost Machine.
That's the one shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you read it?
I have not read it yet. I look forward to it. And I also got an alternate cover by Finch that's just so cool.
Rebel Scum.
Hey, Wes.
Wes.
I've heard great things about that book.
Oh, I've really enjoyed Geiger and the universe that they put together. All right, we got Daredevil Battle Armor 3 I picked up. I got some the Magneto Resurrection 1. Got a really cool alternate cover for that. The Negative Space one.
I love Negative Space cover.
Yeah, I do too. So that is just really neat.
That's one of the best ones I've seen so far.
That is fantastic. Just for the nostalgia, Power Pack, a new Power Pack series. So I have all the issues of the old one, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. I've enjoyed the first 2 issues of this Superior Spider-Man.
Yes.
So I've looked forward to seeing where we're going with this. Immortal Thor, another great Alex Ross cover.
So
looks
good.
like Thor and Loki are telling little fireside tales.
That is beautiful.
Wow.
That you can't go wrong with Ross. Punisher, the new one. Now, like this book so far, the first 2 issues have been good, but like my buddy Rob says, why? Why?
Exactly.
But it's been an interesting read. All right, this I read. X-Force. Thank God we're putting the Beast back to being a hero again, and they're gonna put the Beast back to kind of like the Avengers era. Where you at, Sal?
He
Beast
said
back
clock.
as an Avenger again. Yep. So
SideQuest Comics says all the Magneto covers are very cool.
Yep. This was a mini from I don't know, 6 months ago or so, and I hadn't picked up the trade yet. Avengers War Across Time, great Alan Davis art. Just you're great. Your classic Avengers and Davis, you can't go wrong. I mean, we just did the nail. How good was that?
Oh yeah.
I picked up the newest edition of Marvel Masterworks, X-Men number 11 to 21. I had not had them collected yet. I have the originals, but who wants to open their originals to read these stories when you can open up a volume like this that doesn't damage anything?
So, Gary, real fast, what's your unbroken run of X-Men?
My unbroken run of X-Men, it's with no issues missing.
No gaps.
No, it starts at 1.
Jamie, good job. Way to go. Thank you for that.
He's filling Sal's. And, when I did that on M.O.N comics and Sal set me up, Sal's always throwing it down the middle so I can hit it out. He didn't know I had X-Men 1 right with me. And it starts at this one. So that was just a great moment. A title I'm liking, DC, Batman, Brave and the Bold.
Yes.
So I'm digging that.
That's more of a quarterly, right? Or like a bi-monthly?
I think it's. I don't know if it's bi-monthly. It maybe, but it's got like 3 different stories in it. Like at this point, there's a Batman, an Aquaman, and a Wild Dog in there.
Nice.
So you get a nice. Here's a penguin.
Ooh.
And Brandon, when we talk about now, Brave and the Bold means a lot to me. When we talk about issues, the 2 titles I'm the most proud of having every issue is every issue of Brave and the Bold, and every issue of Showcase. So those are the ones that I'm the proudest of having. This Penguin is a Tom King book. I'm digging it. I like it a lot. The New Detective. Look at that great cover.
So good.
Oh, Ram D writing it. Alternate cover for Detective.
Love it.
Wow.
That's really cool.
The Tree of Woe.
Yeah.
Yep. Power Girl. This is great. She thinks Streaky is, dreaming of flowers and all that. Streaky's dreaming of blown up spaceships. so that's just a great Gary Frank cover. Can't go wrong with Power Girl flexing,
Good stuff.
So, like that. And can't go wrong with Power Girl flying through the air. You just can't go wrong with Power Girl.
It's like
Power Girl covers out there,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I've said, those variant covers are just meant to be showcased.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. The new Harley Quinn, a title that we all here at Codex really love.
Yes.
The Green Arrow book.
100%.
I can't wait to read that. I'm finally caught up on it.
The new Flash book, that's just a cool cover.
Yeah.
It's like been hit or miss for me with that book lately.
Hey, you know what? I'm with you on that too, but I'm going to continue to get it. The newest Titans Beast World, and you learn the identity of Dr. Hate, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And the Titans, the spin-off Beast World, the Star City issue. I haven't read this one yet. The spin-off books I haven't liked as much, except I really like the Atlantis one.
You were talking about that last time.
Yeah, so I really like the Atlantis. And the last modern book I got is really, it's a facsimile copy.
Ooh.
Then I got fingerprints on it. They show up. Is the Flash 123 shiny goodness one.
Wow.
So, and I have other facsimiles of it, and even better, I've got the real deal. I've got the
I was
original.
gonna ask if you had that one. I thought you did.
Yeah, my Flash. So Flash, the original. So Flash comics started in the, of course, 1940, and of the Jay Garrick run, I'm lucky enough I have number 10 and number 11. So I have a Flash cover and a Hawkman cover from 1940, and then that book stopped at issue 104. The 4 showcase issues come in 4, 8, 13, and 14 with introduced from Barry Allen, and he gets his own book, and the numbering continues from Flash Comics. It just becomes Flash 105 to 350, and from 105 to 350, I have them all. But all.
Oh my God!
Got them all. Okay, so I did get a few back issues this week. I got 2 Marvel from my buddy Damien, Warthog Comics, Damien Hill, our personal dealer. I got Spider-Man, Marvel team, 2 more Marvel team-ups I needed. Spider-Man
Nice.
and the Guardians of the Galaxy. So you got Starhawk and you got Nikki and Martin X there.
You're getting closer to finishing that run too.
Yeah.
I still probably need about 30 on.
Yeah.
So I'm working. That's 150. The one I'm really close to is Marvel 2-in-1 with the Thing. I need 1 more issue.
Oh,
38 Spidey. I mean, the Thing and Daredevil. It's not a big deal. I just haven't found one in good enough shape
yeah.
to do it. And then that'll complete that 100 issue set plus the annuals. I have those. Okay, Marvel Team Up, Spidey and the Vision. Pretty cool cover.
Great.
129. I got this one. Archduke Kevy, this one's for you, baby. Wonder Woman 267.
Ooh.
And this kind of reintroduced Animal Man.
Okay.
Yes.
So Animal Man had been out for a while, had been, not appearing anyway, and this kind of reintroduced them. My Wonder Womans, I have most of the books between 197, which is right after she got her powers back after being depowered, 197 to where it ended, I want to say at 323 or 329, something like that. I need about 8 issues to have all of them. Wow. And this is 267. This is the highest number one I still needed. So I will get those others pretty soon, and that'll give me a pretty straightforward run. I love the romance books. And when they amuse me, and I got a great Nick Cardy cover, and it says, "You must forgive me, even if I did wrong. My horoscope said it was the right thing to do."
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you can't argue with that. And up here it says the secret bittersweet story of Cry Funny Girl Cry. We want to know that. But I didn't, it's, you must forgive me even if I did wrong, because my horoscope said it was the right thing to do. So great Nick Cardy cover, and it just
Gary,
it makes me laugh.
Gary, you need to send Jamie a picture of the cover you are not allowed to show on Codex.
Yes.
Oh, Jamie, I'll send you that picture. And if you tell me to show it, we'll show it.
No, you can't. Nope. That is not allowed.
Sure?
Yeah.
It's even worse for After Dark. Wow.
Yeah.
This is a bad one.
when
Tim's like, no, I'm like, oh, okay, just send me.
Yeah.
Jamie, it is.
I'll shoot it over to Brandon.
Yeah, shoot it to Brandon.
Brandon,
There you
let
go.
me forewarn
And you know what?
You can't let your wife or kids look at this picture.
Let Brandon decide.
That's not uncommon in the comic world.
Let Brandon decide if it can be shown.
Jamie, if you're cool with that, I am.
I'm waiting.
So it should be coming to you, buddy.
Okay.
So
all right.
I gotta sit properly for this one.
Well, while we're waiting for that, Gary, do you have any more back issues before you get into the showcase?
I do not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's wait.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sending this to Brandon. Yeah, we're not showing that.
Let's wait collectively and see what happens. Meanwhile, in the chat, M says Nick Cardy makes even romance books look kind of cool.
Yes, he does, and he was always said that he could draw jailbait like no other. Well, look, Nick Cardy could draw war. He could draw. Yeah, he could draw war. He could draw horror, and we'll see some McCarty horror, superhero, romance, western, and he was a World War II vet that drove Sherman tanks during World War II. And the great story, he had a tiger lined him up, and he hit a ditch, and the shell went above him, and then he got the hell out of there because the Shermans are lighter and faster. Oh, what do you think, Brandon?
You remember that meme with Danny DeVito where he's just going, that's my answer. Wow.
Brandon, they said you could decide whether it's shown or not.
Wes says I have a Gun Honey cover that I'm too embarrassed to even send into CGC.
Oh
my God.
That ain't nothing.
Brandon?
That ain't nothing.
Brandon,
I don't think we should show it.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see,
you know what my favorite part of the dialogue is? Lap, lick, lap, lick.
Oh my
That's what I was just reading.
God! Just don't touch the TV.
Don't touch the TV.
Don't touch the TV, Jordan.
Oh my
Don't touch
God!
the
Right? That's horrible.
Yep.
You can't show that cover.
That's horrible. All right. Yeah, Brandon's been scarred now.
Oh,
Since I am
Lord.
Brandon's like, where do I find this issue?
Me later, I deleted it.
Yeah.
Colossus.
I deleted it, Colossus. I can't.
Colossus Collector says, Brandon, you got to share that picture with him.
Look, if you're Catholic, you're confessing that tomorrow. All right.
Yeah.
So,
all right, hang on, Gary. Let me get you front and center here, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for Uncle Gary's showcase.
All right, showcase time. So let's start back. Let's jump in the way back machine then, and let's show not quite horror situation. EC. Brandon likes EC. Shock suspense stories. Number 3. Yeah, in a bear trap, and they got a mountain lion that has no sympathy for you, buddy. So there you go. Good old EC goodness. All right.
Side Quest says, man, must be nasty. Side Quest, you have no idea. You have no idea.
All right. Crime suspense stories number 24. All right. So what I love about this man right here is a craftsman. So the guy's dead, but the fun now, look at him. He's looking at his tool. He gets to cut this guy up into pieces. Now, this is the fun. So what I like is we've just depicted a true craftsman about to get to work to his grisly job, and he is very happy about what he's getting ready to do. So crime suspense stories.
That looks really high grade.
It ain't bad. This is probably, I'd say this is probably a 6 or probably at least a 6. Yeah. So
it looks beautiful. That coverage.
It's pretty.
I mean,
this is just because Tim likes to see it every time.
I love it.
Flying saucer report. That's
Thank
so
you.
Cool.
Yep. So that's for Tim. Listen, it's nice this holiday. We just had Christmas, and Vault of Horror number 35 is one of the greatest Christmas issues ever. And you can see the casket there. It has a lovely note that says Merry Christmas to my wife. And he's on the backswing, getting ready to bring that axe all the way through. So,
the composition of that cover is work. It's just true art. Look at him swinging that axe.
He's got
the coffin.
He's twisted, ready to do it.
Oh yeah, this book. I mean, this book has gone up quite a bit since I bought it. It's a pricey little.
That's a lesson in cover composition right there.
Oh, absolutely. And axes are really popular in the EC line. So I've got at least one book of all the great EC titles. So here's a Tales from the Crypt. Fellow with an axe, opening a coffin, and he's going to use that axe. So that's Tales from the Crypt 38.
The funny thing about just Tales from the Crypt in general, I've never been scared of anything except the TV show. And it's every time it still comes on, I turn that shit off.
That's funny. Here's some shock suspense stories.
Classic Scarecrow cover, yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And and you can see, my guy is Bernie Wrightson, and you can see that Bernie had to have been influenced by these great books.
For sure.
Especially this book I'm going to show you, this art style really reminds me of Bernie. That's Haunt of Fear.
I like that.
Yeah. It's a really great Haunt of Fear cover. And just because it's EC, a mad EC comic before
Right.
before they went to magazine size to escape the Comic Code Authority. And this is another great Christmas cover. That little
Oh,
shit. We're getting ready to put Santa in the bear trap. Little
What a
sucker.
dick.
Yeah,
humor in a
absolutely.
varicose vein.
Varicose vein. Yeah,
Oh my
because
God.
Mad is humor in a jugular vein. Mad was humor in a jugular vein. This one is humor in a varicose vein. And
That
it's
is terrible.
and the right here that's the signature of Fieldstein. So
Wow.
it's Field and a Stein, Fieldstein, and then a frontline combat, just EC. So that's my EC goodness. So some good horror there. So that's the originators. Those are the reason that comics were almost canceled, by Congress. Books like that. So
They'd rot your children's brains, ladies and
yep.
gentlemen.
So now, Brandon, my Marvel horror I'm working on. I don't have all of them. I probably have 80 to 85% of all the Bronze Age Marvel horror. I have 100% of all the DC modern horror. But let's go back just a little bit, and we'll look at some 50s Marvel Atlas Mystic 23.
Ooh.
Look at that. Serving it, or 26, serving a head on a platter. So
On sale monthly.
Yeah, on sale monthly. So, yeah, the guy there, that is not the meal he thought he was going to sit down and get, but there it is.
I always love how they use all the space though. Like there's something everywhere, and it's great because it draws your attention.
Right, you got the open casket down there too. So this is just so Mystic 23, and then for DC, this is a big boy book here, and I'm really proud of this book. Matter of fact, I used my first appearance of Spider-Gwen, first appearance of Miles Morales to get this House of Mystery 1.
Wow.
So now, yeah, those books are modern classics, right? But they're everywhere. If I ever want another one, I can find one really easy. Find another House of Mystery 1.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone show that book.
Yep. Wanda was a werewolf. House of Mystery 1. Last year, I completed my House of Secrets all the way, 1 to 154.
Wow.
But House of Mystery, I have 174 up, which is the first Bronze Age book of it, where it went back to horror. So that's why I have a complete, so 174 to 321 I have. I will not get the 173 issues, that I need before. I mean, I guess I have about 4 or 5. I probably would need 170 issues. That's just too big a bite to go to get all of, but still, that's Wanda was a werewolf, House of Mystery 1. That's a 5.0 too. That's a
Wow,
5.0.
that's great.
Yeah. So anyway,
What's the year on that?
50 should be 51 or 52.
I'll take a look for you.
It's on here. December or 12/1/1951-52. So it was right there at the end of the year.
Wow.
51 into 52. So this is pre-code horror, pre-code DC horror. So not an easy book to find. And then the other slab book I'll show you is fun, but not as rare. But Marvel Spotlight 5, First
Appearance of Ghost Rider. Yeah,
Nice.
that's an awesome book.
Yes.
Yep. So we will go. Which direction we want to go now to show? I'm going to show a few of these, and it's funny. Now I am a big proponent of the DC horror books. They rely on images more, like the ECs did, and Marvel.
We're talking about that,
Yeah, Marvels are wordy, and I put out some pretty fun examples of the Marvel that they have to talk a lot. So, this not so much, but it's really cool. And this is the most buff skeleton you'll ever see. Weird Wonder Tales. You killed me, now you'll join me. Okay, that skeleton's ripped, man. Look at that.
Wow.
Yep. So Reap a Deadly Harvest. So we have that. This is the one that is the most wordy of all. All right. So here we got this, right? The words are, Marla, dearest, Marla, where are you? Why did you run away from me, leaving only your slipper to lure me on? Oh, come here, my darling, and you will share my secret forever. Why do we even have to talk about the slipper to lure me on, right? Why can't it be just Marla, where are you, right? What are we talking about the shoe for? So it's just
So true.
Just so much in there. I think that's ridiculous. Now, this one is words, but it's kind of funny. You sneaked into my lair uninvited. Now I insist you stay for dinner. Okay.
Ooh.
So, that's Dead of Night 8. So, you know what? That's funny. I'm with that. I'm with Dead of Night 8. He's going to stay for dinner. This is a great John Romita,
Ooh.
Yeah. So, nice.
Like that.
Nice. Dead of Night. Here's another one. It's got a lot of words. And this may be the dumbest guy on any of these. It's Crypt of Shadows 3. And the guy says, no, I've got aces and eights. They call that the dead man's hand. And at the stroke of midnight, Lou Beltram, you'll find out why. Why is he playing cards with these guys? Idiot.
Great poker cover.
Yeah, what are you doing playing with these guys?
It's just a friendly game of poker. Nothing.
Yeah, friendly game of poker, and you get the dead man's hand. Okay, so whatever happens to Lou Beltram, he deserves it. Stupid. This is weeding out the stupid that you're going to sit down and play cards with these guys. So, oh, man. Oh, here we go. For all you that are getting ready to have surgery, no, you can't operate on me. Not you. Oh, don't be frightened, Mr. Ames. It'll only hurt for a moment.
That's a great cover.
That's a great cover.
Wes says, Gary, they play for keeps.
They play for keeps. Yes, they do. They play for keeps. Oh, man. Now, here's a rarity where Marvel just said, let the image tell the story. Let the image tell the story. And that is a great image, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's broken.
So good.
Dude's dropping the keys, and he better turn around and start running, or the same thing that happened to his friend back there will happen to him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there we go.
Was that number 8?
That is number 8, yes. So, Brent, do you have these?
He's
Brandon?
writing it down.
I was
I'm writing them down.
He's writing it down. All right. Chamber Chills 22. Welcome, my friend. Ready for the day's first shave? Oh, yeah, there you go.
Morning's Madness. Wow.
Morning's Madness, right? Morning spelled M-O-U-R.
Yeah, that's great.
Right. Here we go, Marvel. Another freaking soliloquy, Vault of Evil 1. Now, do you see how foolish your superstitious fears were, Harry? And it's funny, his name is Harry. The moon is full, and nothing is happening to you. Yeah, Harry is really becoming Harry.
Oh, my God.
Right. So we have a soliloquy here. When he could just be saying, the moon is full. We're looking at it. We don't need all that, but okay. So it's just funny, the editorial decisions. Now, and some of them are funny. I now pronounce you bride and ghoul. Okay. A grave honeymoon.
Man. Marvel was good with that. The nice play on words. Side quest here says, I love the Dead of Night and Crypt of Shadows runs. Covers are classic horror.
Keep watching. We got more coming, baby. Is this one of the adventures into fear you have or you need?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yep. Isn't that a great cover? Oh,
Neil Adams.
Neil Adams, baby. Sure is.
Gary, your man thing looks gorgeous.
It sure does. Thanks for noticing. Here it is. There it is.
Another. Gary, you're showing different sides of your man thing. It's so wonderful to see.
Well, different sides. And just because Jamie told me to do this, Brandon, Jamie told me that he said you would appreciate seeing my giant-sized man thing.
Yes.
You know what? I've got like 2 or 3 of them around me right now. I love it.
Yeah.
You have Uncle Gary's giant-sized man thing on your wall?
That's how big it is. It's going from Virginia to New York.
Right
upstate.
there, yeah.
Yep. Do you have all 5 of them, Brandon?
I have 2. I'm probably going to try to pick them up this year.
Yep.
I have 2. I have 1 slabbed. Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yep.
I have that one. That's the one I have graded. That's one of my favorite Bruner covers, too.
Which one? This one?
No, the other one.
This one.
That one.
That is a classic cover. That is a classic cover. So, yeah, the joke is, you want to see my giant-sized man thing? I love this one a lot, too.
It's a tough series to be a big fan of. I get a lot of shit, but I don't care. I'm all in. I'm committed.
So
I'm committed. He's a cool-ass character.
Oh, absolutely. Look, I mean, I know I'm more of a Swamp Thing guy, but that's okay. There's room.
I love
Wes
Swampy
says
too.
that you have 2 or 3 random man things all around you. So
Let me tell you something. I carry a giant sized man thing everywhere I go. So,
oh my God.
listen, I had hernia surgery, and the doc said I can't lift more than 10 pounds. I said, how the hell am I going to take a piss? So anyway, that old joke. All right. So now we're going to show some DC horror, and there's a little bit of verbiage on this, but most of them you'll see we don't have word balloons. Hey, according to this, you died 3 weeks ago. Great,
I love that.
Wow.
great Weird War.
Weird War, yeah.
Dominguez. And look at the logo. The logo for Weird War has got all these dead guys, on there.
Ooh.
In the logo. I especially like over the R, there's a dude laid over the bottom of the R. So it's just
wow.
cool logo. But that's a great Weird War. All right, Jamie, this is for you. This one you're gonna have to get. This is Weird Mystery 14. This is another great Luis Dominguez cover. And the Gerber bags are great, but they're hell on the reflection. Sorry about that. But
No, it pops.
Yeah.
It looks great.
One of my favorite Bernie Wrightson covers. Look at that.
Oh.
Bernie.
House of Mystery 221. 221.
Wow.
Look at, isn't that just phenomenal? Another great Bernie. Great Halloween cover.
Love that one, the pumpkin, yeah.
Yep, Kane holding the pumpkin. So some great Bernies there. All right, we're gonna go into some, Swamp Thing 1. That's
Can't
fantastic.
ever go wrong with
Of
that.
9 that you own.
That okay, yeah.
That is that
You mean
one,
that, and then this one? That one's got
My
scribbles on
favorite
it.
cover of all time. Yeah, I don't have the stack. Yeah, that was great when I had the stack. Signed by Bernie. My kids got that for me. So that's an awesome gift. Signed by Bernie. I tell you what, this is a sweet, sweet copy. This is raw. It's probably a 9 plus. House of Secrets 92. This is a big boy book here. This is an expensive book. So,
And who is the lovely lady that was the model for
Louise Simonson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or back in those days, Louise Jones, who's married
There you go, yeah.
to she's married to the artist. Was it Jeff Jones? I think it was Jeff Jones. Anyway, so Kaluta, Wrightson, Jones, Wheezy, they all lived in the same apartment building and hung out, and also.
I don't think I've seen a brighter copy through in person. I'm not in front of you, but I've never seen a brighter copy. It's so bright.
It is fantastic. I have dealer buddies that drool over this.
Yeah.
I've had this in my possession for maybe 35, 40 years. So,
and it's in the home it needs to be.
It is where it needs to be. This is another UFO cover, and this is Journey into Mystery 25. This is the Bogey cover.
Yeah,
like the sci-fi. So the dude looks just like Bogey. He's driving, sees the UFO out the corner of his eye, and that cigarette is just dropping out of his mouth. So,
That's great.
So this is the book this is issue 25. That by issue 83 we have a certain hammer wielding thunder god that takes over. So my journey into mystery is from 83 on, but I do have that one there. Ghost Rider 1, just a cool cover.
So good.
Very cool cover. Let's see. There's a Werewolf by Night.
Love the werewolf.
Yep. Another great Werewolf by Night.
Wow.
These are the Marvel Spotlights. So I'm going in a little messed up order because here's actually the first one, which is a great Neil Adams cover. And you've got that on the wall. Yep.
Yeah. Found that at an antique show for $50.
Wow.
I got lucky. It's beat up, but you know what? It's all there. I can read it, and the main art is fine. So
this one, that's all you need. This one, it's great red cover. This one's pretty. Let's see.
That's pretty crispy.
Pretty high grade, yeah. So it's pretty nice. Here's a little issue.
I'm done.
Boom.
Same here, Jamie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jamie's out. That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Jamie left. Okay.
Jeez.
Well, here, how about
Fired myself.
My parents, nice.
There's a 33, and See, I'm going on. Well, I'm bouncing all over the place. But here's the one. Look
I
how
need that one.
So
I need that one. That's really
a
high
pretty
grade,
cover.
too.
Great plug. This is great shape on this cover too. So I'm lucky to have that. And then here's another great Atlas. Strange Stories of Suspense. It's just a real trippy cover.
Yeah, it is. That seems like it could be a Steranko cover.
Yeah. So this is real neat. So
Gary, Doug says you're showing all his favorite books right now.
oh well, Doug, we got more if you want to hang in. I got another stack, and then then maybe it'll be y'all will have had enough. And if it's too much horror, Brandon, is it too much horror? Or are you still good?
I love it.
You're hanging in?
I'm writing down all these things I need to pick up.
All right, I already showed this. That's the 221. Here's one of my favorite Bernie covers, House Mystery 209.
Yes.
Look at the perspective of that, from the grave that the dude's digging and got the Reaper there. I just think that is amazing. Just amazing. Oh, got a Werewolf by Night fan. Can't go wrong.
And a Man Thing fan.
All right. Now, Swamp Thing. Nick Cardy. We talked about Nick Cardy before. I love this cover. It's from Tales of the Unexpected. The Stranger from the Swamp. Now, you would think at some point this guy would have woken up before now. Right? The Gator is...
She has to be dating the guy that was playing cards with all those other
Lou
people.
Beltram. That's right. Yeah, she is just as dumb as Lou Beltram is. But I just think that is just a great, fun, stupidly cool cover. Any of y'all collect bugs as a kid? Yeah, bug collecting?
Yes.
Did this ever happen?
No.
No, great cover.
Pam says never too much Bronze Age order.
Luis Dominguez. I love this cover. So that's not good. That's not good. So I love it.
Where'd my Monarch go, Mom? I can't find it anywhere.
House of Secrets 105. Great Jack Sparling cover.
Oh,
I do have that one. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
And the other kind of thing, the ones I'm showing you now, these are my B covers. I have better copies. These are my
I love how subtle that is.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot of foreground stuff, but the background is just so
kids just fishing. Fishing. Right.
I love it.
Secrets of the Sinister House. This is another Sparling. So just a reflection in the vampire shades of the gal.
Great.
That's about to get eaten. All right, here's the weird mystery one you really want, Jamie. This is a great Bernie Wrightson cover.
I'm ready.
One.
Oh yeah, you showed that to me before.
Ooh.
Isn't that beautiful? That's number 21.
So cool.
Woodcutter. I'm sure he's a hardy, tough man, but man, odds aren't good. Odds aren't good. Got 3 of them waiting on you.
Brandon,
Richard. I think I got screwed on the grade, but that's okay.
Oh, you have that one? Awesome.
Yeah, I have the Sparling cover one, the 105.
Oh, gotcha.
Jeff Comic Spa thought it was a 9.2 or 9.4 maybe, but came back in 8.5. What are you going to do?
Hey, 8.5 is a very respectable grade, my friend. Here's a Ghost 22.
Matador, yeah.
Great Nick Cardy cover. And what they did in a lot of these early books, see the kids. So when DC relaunched the horror books, and it started with House of Secrets 174, Joe Orlando was the editor, and he'd come from Charleston, and he wanted to kind of relaunch the horror books. And he was maybe he even worked for EC back in the day. And this is from Neil Adams. Neil Adams told me this in person, that they were worried about getting by the code, not having the comics code shut them down on the horror books. And Neil said, let me think about it for a while. And he thought about it. And he said, you know what if we put kids on the cover and make it things seem like these are things that are scary to kids, and maybe it makes it less serious. So that's what they did. So a lot of these DCs, you'll see kids on the cover witnessing something, being spooked by it. So
wow,
that's cool.
So part of me goes, doesn't that make it worse? We're frightening children on the
Yeah,
cover?
right.
But it's imaginary. It's all imaginary.
Yeah. Here's the Haunted Hotel. This is, you don't want to check into this one, right? Even got a skeleton dog down there.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. Your Ghost. So after Bernie left Swamp Thing, the art wasn't quite the same, but it was still very good. And Nestor Redondo. And that's one of my favorite Swamp Thing covers.
That's
I love that.
great.
That's
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Redondo, as is this, is a Nestor Redondo.
Ooh.
So really cool, vibrant reds. Back to Weird Mystery, another Luis Dominguez. How good is that, right?
Werewolf cover, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holding that door ain't gonna do nothing because they're
Nope.
already coming through.
They're in the house.
Yeah.
They're in the house. She got a problem. And I love the Weird Mystery logo and the font, you know.
That blue is beautiful.
Here's one of the greatest Bernie covers ever.
Yes, I agree. I need that one. What number is that?
Secrets of the Haunted House #5. Secrets of the Haunted House 5. I have a Bernie Wrightson Artist Edition book, and they have the black and white work that he did on this. It's phenomenal. Oh, yeah.
SideQuest says, like the ghost covers by DC, very cool art layouts for them.
SideQuest, most of those are Nick Cardy covers too. Nick Cardy, again, World War II veteran, badass. Here's another Luis Dominguez.
The Witching Hour.
Yeah. So that's very cool. All right, so so this is another awesome ghost. It's the Spectre. Jim Aparo. Fearsome Spectre cover. So
love it. Now, some of those adventure covers, though, those issues are not terribly expensive to get.
no, they're not.
They're reasonable.
Unless you're getting them in super, super high grade. But it's a 10-issue run. From 431 to 440. 10 issues, and they are spectacular, spectacular, and they are gruesome. Spectre turns people into blocks of wood and cuts them up, turns them into glass and shatters them. Just brutal stuff that I can't believe they got away with. Another Bernie pumpkin cover, Secrets of the Haunted House. Richard Villigren, really cool House of Mystery cover.
That's great.
And this was one at DC Bicentennial Masthead that only ran in the July books at the top that were cover dated July. So I love that masthead. All right, here's a beautiful Neil Adams Witching Hour.
Yes.
That is just gorgeous.
Nice.
A great, this is Kaluta, who went to my high school in Virginia, graduated 10 years before me. A great Kaluta cover.
That's cool.
Next is my favorite Kaluta cover, House of Mystery 261.
Ooh.
I love that. And look at the corn. Their little skull.
That's sick.
Yep. The little skull kernels, right?
Wow.
This is a cool cover. Matter of fact, I found a copy of this at Baltimore Comic Con for Dan Brereton, if you all know who he is. And he had said he was looking for one, and I found him a copy, and I got it to him, and he was very, very grateful.
Nice.
That he loved that Kaluta. Love that Kaluta book. Here's a Joe Orlando cover. That he did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Freaky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're going to end with two Nick Cardys. And again, this, you're driving on that long trip. This is why Tim helps us with that great voice of his. We say he gets you home, and he drives, and he keeps you awake. If this happens to you, you don't need that voice to keep you awake.
That's freaking sick.
Isn't that great? Nick Cardy again. Yeah, that is just insane, right?
Love it. Love the skull. Love how he did it.
Oh yeah, and I love the way the masthead is on these things. Just fantastic. The production designs. And this last one's another Nick Cardy. And again, keep in mind these that we're showing, no word balloons on most of them, right? You don't need the word balloons when you have these great images. So this Witching Hour, oh man, that's creepy as hell there.
Oh
yeah.
Look at that Village of Evil, and again the kids in the tree watching. And it looks like the old devil is decloaking there. So,
them kids ain't got much time left.
Nope. So Brandon, I hope you enjoyed it. That was a lot of books, I know, but I wanted to give you as much horror as I could. I hope there was some you've never seen before in there.
A lot I'm familiar with, and are iconic, and a lot I'm not. And I find myself going to live shows. And I'm like writing down. See, Eric knows I write down books that like I say I'm on a straight path for my collecting goals, but I get distracted easily, especially when it's horror like that.
Wow.
Well, Brandon, I take that as a compliment that you had to write down. You had to do some jotting down. So I'm happy. And brother, like I said, if you get down here for a tour, we can go through all these horror books and we can look at the whole run. You know,
I have friends down in those areas, Gary. I'm going to make this happen somehow, because I would be honored to go through there and just. I mean, my head's already filled with just what you just showed. That's crazy.
Well, brother, you can. Jamie, if you want to give him my contact information.
Awesome.
And then
Thank you.
Brandon, on Facebook, I'm Opie Taylor, OPIE TAYLOR. I'm Opie Taylor on Facebook. So, but yeah,
if you make it there, Brandon, we can try and get Sal or Dan or both of them to be there to meet up with you too, and they can.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm joining the comic book character of the day too. I finally found it. I was having trouble finding it, so I'll put my finish my credentials.
Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and head on over there if you haven't already. That's where we all are, and you can be too.
I throw some horror covers up there occasionally for them too. On the site.
My mind is blown right now. That's
great. It's great. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I know it was a lot of books, and for those of y'all watching too, I hope you enjoyed the horror covers. I know we gave you a lot, but it's sometimes a lot is good. So
right on.
I'm gonna have to go watch the rewatch and write all these down again.
I always tell people, they say you're too much. I said I'd rather be too much than not enough.
No way, man. I love the history people share like you that have been in this hobby so long and have been able to put these iconic runs together. And the people in the chat appreciate it too. I know that, and wow, well done. Thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome, and brother, you ain't no slouch. You got a hell of a collection yourself.
Thank you.
I see what you have and what you've got.
I'm working hard,
Thank you, TJ. You're welcome, brother. Thanks for watching. I'm glad you're digging it. So every week we will have a showcase. It's just today's happened to be horror in honor of our guest of honor.
I was looking at some I have the Dead of Night #1, which is a great Romita zombie cover, and I kept looking because I'm like, this is it. I love all this stuff. This is great. So thank you.
Let's get into that portion then. Let's talk. Let's sit down by the fire. Let's have a conversation. The poker player first appeared in Hulk 180.
Yep.
Done.
There it is.
Yep. So
I was gonna say we could leave this kind of we could talk also, but leave the forum open. Anyone in the chat right now that's got questions for either Brandon or ourselves, it could be anything. Let us know. It's open forum for the moment. Send them on in. And Brandon, if you got anything you want to ask, or any of the guys want to ask you, go for it.
Brandon, go ahead, man. Yeah.
That's how do you follow up to that? I mean, Uncle Gary just blew our mind with.
Yes.
I mean, you guys. I read them as much as I can. With two young ones, it's hard. Plus, creating content. I try to get up, especially because my youngest gets up at 5. And on the weekends, I let my wife sleep in. And so, how do you guys find time to read? How do you, in a busy world, how do you guys find time to read?
So I'll take that one. For me, for instance, I give it to the team as well. I got the apps for DC Infinite and Marvel Unlimited. Now, I love just reading comics, but if I'm on the go, if I'm at work, in between breaks, whatever it may be, I'll pop one on, try to catch up on what I need to. But other than that, it's just trying to find spare time. I'll stay up a couple extra hours while everyone else is sleeping and try to throw them through, and then, get up early. I'll take the bullet for the loss of sleep just so we can maintain what we have here as well.
For me, I work from home, so it makes it a little easier. My kids are a little older; they're teenagers and soon-to-be's. But after I get my morning work done, which takes about an hour, Jamie and I have our morning conversation where we talk about work, what we're going to do and stuff like that, shoot the shit for a couple of minutes. After that, it's coffee time, and I read for 2 hours if I can. And it's usually catching up on new books, or I will, the trade that I'm reading right now is Nightfall, Volume 1. So that'll get read for a little bit, at least one issue. And then when I go to bed, instead of messing around on this thing, I will read instead. Put some music on or some ambient Gotham stuff on YouTube, and just read for an hour or so.
Wow.
Wes says I'm going to do some reading on Monday. Absolutely. I'm going to help him recatalog his disaster of an office and clean it for him because he's got comic books everywhere.
Nice.
I try to read. Look, I get a healthy stack of recent books, and it's hard for me to kind of keep up with them. And I say one thing that happens though is you're reading them en masse, right? And you forget. I mean, it's hard to absorb all that knowledge, and you're like, God, what was that? And especially when I'm reading them at night. I have some by the nightstand, and I'll read them. And then the last issue, if I'm having trouble staying awake, the next day I'll inevitably have to pick that book up and reread it because I didn't absorb it because I was tired and all that. And if it's something I really want to read, I won't read it while I'm in bed. Late at night, I'll go sit down in a chair in a living room and read it that way to make sure I absorb it, the right way. But it's tough with all the recent because there's so many. One thing I'm looking. I was at the transit company, the Metro here, and I retired after 30 years, and that was 7 years. That was almost 8 years ago. So March 1st will be the 8th anniversary of my retirement. But I am my part-time gig is I'm a school bus driver. And so I get up early, I have a split shift, and sometimes I get a little bit of reading done between shifts, but usually I'm coming home, I'm getting on the bike, doing 6 miles on the bike, and I'm doing that, and I'm trying to work out a little bit and then eat, and then I got to usually take a nap, but maybe I'll fit in a book or two. So a lot of times it's in the evening. If there's stuff I watch on TV with my wife and things like that. It's really tough. And I will tell you, for the past, 6 months or so, I've been doing this YouTube channel called CODEX Station, and that takes a little bit more time. So it's even a little harder. And now it is a labor of love. Let me tell you that it is a labor of love, but it has taken away some of the reading time, but so the only thing is sometimes I hate that I have to rush through it, but the ones I'm really looking forward to, and I will say this too, a lot of the recent I'm getting because I have every damn issue, like I've got every issue of Spider-Man, every issue of all the iterations of Avengers and Daredevil and, these things. And I get issues just because I have to keep my complete run going. And some of them aren't so good and I will really buzz through them and go fast. But reading, I feel you, brother. I feel you that it is tough. And what I want to do when I am totally retired, and I probably will be that way in a few years where I'm totally retired, is to go back in my library. And Brandon, you were very generous about talking about how you love the library I have, and reread a lot of those editions of favorite books. The other day on the Codex podcast, they reviewed Another Nail. And so I pulled that off the shelf. And not only did I read Another Nail, I read The Nail first and then Another Nail. And it was wonderful to have that opportunity to reread one of these classic books that I've collected in the hardback form so I can read them like that. So I look forward to being totally retired and going up and pulling a book off the shelf and revisiting it and rereading what was, a favorite book.
Nothing beats that. Like, Gary, you and I were talking about Nightfall a couple of weeks ago, and I told you that I was rereading it again for the first time. Like, it had been years since I had read it. I'm halfway through volume 1 right now, and it's so amazing. So, like, now, because of you, Gary, I know Jim Aparo Batman very, very well. And seeing him in there every time I get to an issue where he did interior artwork, I'm like, there he is right there. This is it. I know what it is.
Like I told you with Aparo, the chins he draws on these guys are granite jaws, and the hands. You don't want to get hit with these Jim Aparo hands. He draws manly men. And so just like that Brave and the Bold Batman Wildcat where they're slugging it out. You don't want either one of those dudes to hit you. So, but that's what I love is if I can bring y'all to recognize these older artists, especially that when you see their art, you go, oh yeah, that's Aparo.
Joe Kubert is another one. Like I knew who he was, but ever since you'd been showing all the war books and the military comics,
the Tarzan. I showed Tarzan's that one day. Joe Kubert's Tarzan is phenomenal. Jesus, I got to break, so. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I'm
the
gonna
time is
talk
the
amongst
toughest,
yourself.
man. With the two kids,
he's
and
gonna go find it now.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
up
I
early. I'm
got
a custodian at for my job. I'm a custodian, so I'm at work at a local college. So I'm at work by 5 a.m. You
Yeah.
know, and then I
Yeah.
work till 1:30, and I'm usually right into dad mode. And even on the weekends, like tomorrow, I got overtime tomorrow at 5 a.m. I gotta go clean. I gotta go clean a pool at 5 a.m.
Oh,
And so that and then comes right back into dadding for the rest of the day, and
it takes
it's
time.
long. Yeah,
Mhm.
There's great Kubert
I've
Tarzan.
seen that, and I've heard. I know Kubert, and I've seen a lot of the war books he did, but I didn't know he did Tarzan like that. That's wonderful.
Look. I mean, how phenomenal is that? So yeah, Joe Kubert, and plus, he's probably the Hawkman artist.
Yeah.
You know, so and I really look forward to hearing what you have to say after you read JLA 200, Tim.
Oh
You know?
yeah, that's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow
Yeah.
during coffee time, JLA 200 is on the top of the list.
Brandon, that was a book that I got to pick for the podcast for the fellows to review, and it's my favorite anniversary issue of any book ever. So JLA 200, it was an all-star jam with a lot of great artists drawing characters that they were famous for drawing for.
That's sick. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
Brandon, if that's something you ever want to do to guest on an episode of the podcast, we would be more than happy to have
Or
you.
even a comic character a week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like when we jump in the man thing.
yeah. If we could, if you ever want to do that, my God, that'd be a dream. I'd love.
So
to
is
do
that your
yeah.
favorite character? Man Thing is your favorite? Absolute.
Yeah,
Writing that down, Jamie.
I identify, with that big hulking creature that just kind of does his own thing. But if you piss him off, there's no stopping him. And his implications with the Nexus of Reality and how he can, create portals to other dimensions and his origin story. I mean, Ted was working on the same superhero soldier serum for that Cap, used. And had to take it because his wife double crossed him, and the swamp and him melded with magic, and he's just a cool. I don't get me wrong, I love Swamp Thing. I grew up, those cheesy movies in the '80s were my first introduction to him, and then I started looking at the comics and the Alan Moore run, which is just iconic, and I do love Swamp Thing a lot too. Just something about Man Thing, his symmetry, how he lost pretty much all human. Like, yes, he walks on 2 feet and he has 5 fingers, but his face just completely left. The humans. You
The
can't see it.
monstrosity.
Yeah, he's a monster, and
Oh, I always like the man trapped within a monster's body and the tragic hero that it is. Now, let me ask you this: have you read the first 10 issues of Swamp Thing, the Bernie Wrightson and Len Wein?
I have not.
Okay, Brandon, I'm going to challenge you to read that.
All right.
I would like you to read it. Jamie just bought a gold. There's
The Golden
fairly
Age collection.
Well, no, it's a trade paperback of the Swamp Thing, the Bronze Age collection, and it collects the first 13 issues of Swamp Thing in it. And 11, 12, and 13 are written by Wein, but drawn by Nestor Redondo. But the first 10 and the first short story from House of Secrets 92 is it's only an 8-page story, and it's a different character. That's Alex Olson, and it's set in
It's
Victoria.
not Alec Holland. Yeah.
Right, and then Alec Holland Swamp Thing 1. But I would love to hear what you say. Read those, and those first 10 issues of Swamp Thing. Oh man, it's tragic. It's again, it's the man that's tragically trapped within this misshapen body, and it hits all the horror tropes in those first 10 issues of Swamp Thing. You get an evil magician, sorcerer, you get a Frankenstein creature, you get a werewolf, you get witches, you get robotic evil robots, you get a demon from like a demon that's in a mine, you get an alien from outer space, and the 10th issue is maybe the greatest ghost story I've ever read.
I'm in. I'm so in.
So
were you guys talking about apps, DC and Marvel Unlimited? Are those digital reading apps that you use, Jamie?
Mhm.
Yeah, those are
Do
both
they have
digital
every
platforms.
issue like that you could ever want?
Basically, like the
okay,
library
well then they're probably
amazing when
there.
it comes to that. I mean, I could check.
I think
now.
But Brandon, give him a look. I really
think
would love,
I'm in.
because you're a horror guy.
I'm
I
in.
would love to see what you think after reading those first, especially those first, the House of Secrets. Read that little story first, but then read those first 10 issues of Swamp Thing, and Bernie Wrightson's art. I mean, I worship at the altar of Bernie. So,
I think
you know.
for catalogs for Marvel and DC Unlimited or whatever they are, it's the Marvel Unlimited and DC Universe apps, West, that have the digital readings. I think they're near 80%
Yeah,
of like
everything that's
total.
recent that comes out is a month behind. But yeah, on DC Infinite, it's got every issue of Swamp Thing on here. And then it was House of Secrets. What number was it?
92.
92.
92. I was gonna say 93 for some reason.
Yeah. So there's a large portion of their catalog, and I know that they're updating constantly.
Yep, it's on there too.
Yep. Oh, great.
I'm in.
And yeah, Brandon.
That's
And
awesome.
like I said, I would just love to hear. I'd love to get your opinion on that on those books. You know, and I think, you know, being the horror guy you are and loving Man-Thing like you do, I really think you would enjoy the Swamp Thing.
I'm in. I accept challenge accepted, Uncle Gary. I'm going to check out the app tomorrow and the Marvel one too, so I can do some digital reading because I think that'll help at work in between breaks and stuff like Jamie.
Absolutely, and yeah, and then again, I hope, like I said, through Jamie or however we do it, you know, I would love to be connected with you somehow. You know, with the contact.
Yeah, I'll have Jamie shoot me your contact info.
Yeah, I'll get it over. Right.
I'll read them at work on my breaks, and then
right.
Uncle Gary, I've done it.
And you know, just text me. You know, text me. Hey, this is Brandon, and I'll know to enter that number.
Perfect.
Nice. Phone and all that.
But yeah, like I said, it's been a pleasure to have you on, Brandon. Like,
dude, it's an honor. It was an honor to come on your show and see such a, you know, what you guys are reading for your modern books, you know, on your pull list, but then having Uncle Gary do the deep dives. Like I said, I'm going to have my friend in February. I'm going to have Stories with Steven, and my version of Uncle Gary is going to come on. And he is so much like Gary in the sense of not only the same book and taste, but the appreciation and the knowledge that he holds and is able to take out books and impart on people like that. Mm-hmm. That's what gets me jazzed about this hobby is like hearing the stories behind all this stuff and the creators and how it was came and how the modern day comics are influenced from these characters in these comics. And that's what really blows my hair back.
Yeah, like I just read All-Star Comics 3 and Uncle Gary. Oh my God, man. That just blew my mind.
You talk about the original.
Yes. Yeah. That was amazing from start to finish. And just to see how everything has been retconned since then.
Gardner Fox, one of the unsung heroes in comics. And he, you know, I think he's one of the most influential creators because not only did he do that with the JSA, but he also wrote the JLA, launched the JLA. And it was a co-creator of Hawkman. And so that guy and his concepts of what he did. So All-Star, that's the first time it had been done, man. That, you know, that to put All-Star 3. Brandon, I got a question for you. What collection are you the proudest of having? What in your collection, what are you the proudest of that you're like, that makes you feel the, you know, I mean, I have a couple. I told you, Brave and the Bold and Showcase, having complete runs of those two, even though I've got all the Spider-Mans, I've got all the X-Men, I've got all the different things. But do you have a run or two that you are that gives you the most pride and pride?
That 9.8 Predator.
Yeah, I love my Predator. But probably okay. So the first appearances of Man-Thing through the first solo series, because within that I have the Savage Tales at a 4.5. I have you know the two Astonishing Tales. But the Man-Thing #1's first solo series is signed by Frank Bruner and Roy Thomas, and it's at a 9.6. And there's like only 8 others on that at a 9.6 and 4 higher. I don't see them. I've never seen a 9.8 of that book. So that just intrigues me, makes me proud that I own that. But let me just 1 second. I forgot. You know, I'm trying to do the Lee Kirby run of Fantastic Four.
Get a good look at that wall, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. That's a great wall. Look, he's got the Spider-Man 50.
Yeah.
He's got the Theft Galactus issue.
So this is where I'm at so far with the Fantastic Four run, plus about 10 slabs. Whoa. I am 60 in with about 42 to go. So, you know, it's nice to have the first watcher.
13.
Yeah.
That's number 13, right?
Yep. Infant Terrible. You know, the first Doctor Strange crossover.
Wow.
You know, putting this run together has been a labor of love, and it's only going to get tougher. But to have this, you know, and like the 48, 49, and 50, 45s in here, 46. I mean, you
Big
can't
ones.
throw a stone at this run without hitting a key. A first
Yeah.
appearance for Ronan, is in the 60s or 70. Like it's stupid.
Well, 52, the Panther.
Yeah, I got that. Yep. So I mean, I've got
45, the Inhumans.
got
Yeah.
Inhumans. Yeah. Luckily, prices have come down a bit, which have made it attainable. But I'm going to Terrificon with Mike in August. We got our tickets, and a bunch of us creators are going in Connecticut.
Is that the one in Connecticut
Yeah.
or the one in Jersey?
Connecticut. And I heard great things about, a lot of the times people say con prices are, very overpriced for books and stuff. People said it was very level-headed and down to earth at that one. So I'm going to try to go for an FF1. I'm really trying to put my pennies aside and see if I can do it between now and August. So, I mean, if I can knock that one off, you still got number 4, which is first Silver Age Namer. You got number 5 with the first Doom.
Yep.
I mean, it's insane what appearances are in there. But I figure if I can do that through my lifetime and leave it to my kids,
Yep.
It's Marvel's first family. It's what turned their superheroes around,
Yep.
Well, do you know the story? So there's a famous story that that Leibowitz for DC and Goodman for Marvel had a game of golf. Is a famous story that they were playing golf. And Leibowitz was bragging about the sales of the Justice League of America in Brave and the Bold, and he was, he was saying, "Oh, it's this and that," and after that game of golf, Goodman goes back to Stan Lee and says, "We need a team book, Stan. We need some kind of superhero team." And at that point, the legend was that Stan was getting ready to leave Marvel. He was dissatisfied, and he just wasn't happy with the direction. And his wife tells him, "Well, why don't you write one book the way you would like to write it?"
I've heard
and
that.
He writes FF and the whole thing. So I tell people, I say, it's possible that if not for Brave and the Bold 28 and the Justice League of America, the whole damn Marvel universe does not exist.
Yeah.
Very true.
Because Stan leaves, right? Where's the momentum? Because, so, I mean, yes, Kirby did so much of the creation, but Stan was a catalyst, with this stuff.
Without those two men working
Justice League
together, we would not have the Marvel universe that we have today.
Oh, absolutely. So that game of golf, though, if that really happened, that could have, that could have been the catalyst for the whole Marvel universe. It was the sales of the Justice League of America, coming back. So I just think that's just a great what if.
I'd heard a little bit of that story about like his wife telling him to write what he wanted to.
Yeah.
Nice. And it's just incredible. That first issue, Jack Kirby, it just looks so golden age, how he draws people to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, and even the first 13 issues where the trade dress doesn't have the corner box with the floating heads, just a Fantastic Four. It's just really, I thought it'd be a fun, you're going to go after iconic Marvel runs, you're going to do Spider-Man, you're going to do Fantastic Four, you're going to do X-Men. You better pick one unless you started when Uncle Gary did.
Yeah.
You better pick what you're going to, unless you're uber rich, you better pick what you're going to sink your money into and what means the most to you. And Fantastic Four, to me, has a historical significance.
That's
many.
I chose X-Men.
I also try to pick what I sink my money into too. So
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. Now the one I regret that I don't have is I don't have Hulk 1, and my Hulk run starts at 102, where Tales of Astonish switched. Actually, I think I have 101, but where it switched to Hulk at 102, so I have 102 all the way through. But the Hulk 1 is just in the stratosphere.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get that. I understand that, and that's just the way it is. And I bought my AF-15 probably maybe close to 10 years ago now, and it's a 1.0. I paid $3,300 for it. Well, that book's $20,000 now.
Yeah. Talk about a great. Yeah, I mean, people would love to go back and make that deal. It's what they say. It's like 10, it's 20,000 now. Yeah, that's just insane. It's just wonderful.
Well, the second most expensive Marvel book is Hulk 1 now. It used, FF used to be more expensive than AF-15,
and now it's dipped down. Yeah.
But things have shifted, and so but you're right, things are down a little bit, so maybe that helps. And if you're getting there and you're getting close and you're having trouble, I do have a gentleman like I said, Damian Hill from Warthog Comics. I can't recommend him highly enough. He
Thank
is
you.
fair prices. There's Sal. What's up, buddy?
Mic check. No.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Sal.
Hey, yeah. How you doing?
You missed the
Yeah,
party,
dude.
Sal.
Right at the end.
Always late to the party. Why is this?
I was
Sal was at
I
the
was
morgue.
just about to ask you, Jamie, if you wanted to be done for the night.
Yeah.
No, no, sir.
Well,
We are not done.
late.
The after
not
starts now.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, this party is going to continue off air, so Sal and Brandon can get reacquainted. Before
Yes.
we get out of here, though, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get the business out of the way one more time. Go ahead and find us. What do you do? I missed it.
Wes.
Wes.
What do you say?
Awkward.
Awkward. Oh, oh.
Wah,
Ladies
wah.
and gentlemen, find us on all the socials. Gary, what do we have and what do we want to give to them?
We have all the socials at the Codex station, and we would like nothing more than to give them.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, at the Coda station. For channels like this and channels like Brandon's, the like, share, subscribe,
That's
and
right.
follow is the best thing you can do to support our channels and let us know that you enjoy this type of content that we put out all the time, every time, especially for you. And I'm looking at you in the background that nobody usually pays attention to. I see you, and I love you.
Well,
Tim sees all.
And Tim, we love the fact
There
that
you go.
put out-
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, after a hard night's love fest of comic books, if you know what I mean, you're going to be hungry in the morning, but also you're going to need a clean shirt. So head over to thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, thecodexstation.com, ladies and gentlemen. Sal, since you're new here, why don't you let people know where we can find you on YouTube?
I'm new? What do you mean new?
New to this segment. He literally messaged me like, "Hey," and I get out. I'm like about to wrap up, and he's like, "No," and I hear bloop.
I saw you looking around, Jamie, like, what the hell?
It's raining out. I drove in home from DC, and man, I am like, my wife's like, "Can you slow down a little bit?" I'm like, "Can't. Gotta get home."
That Codex to be on, babe. Come
I
on.
gotta be online. My people need me.
Well,
Anyhow,
tell your
what up?
people where they can find you.
okay. Well, I'm not here on Codex Station. You can always find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner and under Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
There you go. Beautiful as always.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Gary, we're going to save Brandon for last, but why don't you go ahead and let everybody know one more time where they can find you?
Well, first, I just want to say I want to thank Brandon for coming on, and everyone out there. If you enjoyed this show, go to M.O.N.
Yes.
Comics, subscribe to that
Do it.
wonderful channel. Give Brandon the love that we all want to give him repeatedly. So he came on this show after he was so gracious to have us on, and it was a highlight. So Brandon, I just want to tell you, brother, I had a great time with you.
Thanks,
being
brother.
on the show tonight, and
So
hopefully
did I.
we will do this a lot more.
Awkward.
Sal, yeah, Sal.
I'm me. I'm Mr. Awkward. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can find me, Comic Logic. I am a proud co-owner. This is Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. We're in Northern Virginia. Please come and see us. We would love to see you. We have a Facebook Live show the first 3 Thursdays of every month. So come watch us there. And we have a really big announcement that we just made this past week that on Free Comic Book Day, and it's May the 4th this year. So to tie in with Star Wars Day, we have Brandon Wayne there that will be signing at Comic Logic, and he is the fellow that does all the acting inside the suit when the Mandalorian's helmet is on. So if you would like to have an autograph from the man that is on screen, I guess 90% of the time because the helmet is on, right?
Go.
So come see Brandon Wayne, and we would love to have you there. And then let's give some love to Archduke Kevy and Comic Character of the Day, which Brandon just signed up for. So he is on there with us. So he will be commenting and seeing that if I'm putting the right covers of the day up, he'll see if Dan is asking the right questions, and the random panels of the day are fantastic.
Mhm.
What's up?
What am I doing here? Oh, yeah.
Hopefully he will be another great contributor. and that he can also be eyes, just like Tim and Jamie are, making sure that we're doing that site justice and doing our good friend Archduke Kevy a good solid by contributing wonderfully to his site he started. So thanks to him.
Right on.
So now, who do you want me to go toward?
Jamie,
you,
if you're cool with it, I'd like to have Uncle Gary give the treatment to Brandon.
That's perfectly fine.
Oh,
I'll go real fast, and then we'll have Uncle Gary finish up with Brandon, get us out of here. So all I want to say is, Brandon, thank you once again, man. It's an honor.
Very much.
Always great to have our community get together and do this, and you allowing us on yours and you coming on ours has been nothing but great. But
Agreed.
everybody out there, thank you again for subbing, with following, liking, just being a part of our family. It's been amazing, an honor, and as always, guys, I'm gonna see you in the next one.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm sitting. I gotta get situated here.
prepare yourselves. It's about to get wet in here, and
It's dripping.
Uncle Gary,
right.
if you don't mind, go ahead and do best.
all right. Just off the top of my head, let's see where this goes. All right. Today, our special guest is Brandon from M.O.N Comics. What you see ahead of that you've been watching the CODEX station, and you've watched us as hosts. This is a group effort, but that man in that lower corner, his isn't a group effort. He is a one-man band. He's created this channel, M.O.N Comics, and he has held up those pillars himself. He has got the strength to hold up that whole damn station himself. He had a singular vision. Jamie had a vision, and he saw that he was going to incorporate all these great disparate personalities in there, and then we would elevate. Brandon didn't need that. He's from the upstate New York. He's up there in the woods. He's up there in the wilderness. He is a solo hunter going through the underbrush, tracking down his game, tracking those books down. And he knew that he could do it himself because he is self-sufficient. He is self-reliant. But because that he didn't want to be insulated and do all this just for himself, he decided that he would bless all of you all with his singular vision, and he would put it out there in the ether so everyone could see what he had built with his own bare hands. The one, the only, the creator of the site that is M.O.N Comics, the great Brandon.
Wow. I'm honored. I'm honored, guys. I'm blown away. You guys know how to host the show. You guys are so good at this. It's insane. It makes me rethink about ever doing YouTube again after watching how you guys are. I'm done. M.O.N Comics channel's done. I'm just going to collect comics. Shut up. That was amazing. Thank you, Uncle Gary.
My pleasure, my friend.
Brandon, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you, even though Uncle Gary did that so spectacularly.
Well, yeah, it's easy, both on YouTube and Instagram, M.O.N Comics. And now I'll be floating around the character of the day over on Facebook with these guys. And can't wait to be on with you guys again, whether it's my channel or your channel, guys. Always welcome, and it's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you.
Oh, you are very welcome, sir. Very welcome. Yeah,
our pleasure.
As Sal says, it's all on this side of the
It's on this side of the table.
Trust me, we'll keep
Well,
in
out
touch.
of space, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get out of here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow Brandon over on his YouTube channel, M.O.N Comics. Ladies and gentlemen, his content is awesome. It is amazing. You will love it.
Indeed.
And don't forget to find us on all the socials once again at the Codex Station. Make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow as well. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim. This guy over here is J-Dubs, the beautifully talented. Right next to me on either side is the curator of the Library of Comics, the Ric Flair himself. Ooh. There it is, Uncle Gary. Late to the party, but never late to the adventure is Sal, the slab guy.
Awkward.
And right next to him is
awkward.
Right next to him is the guest of honor, Brandon from M.O.N Comics. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Codex After Dark, Comics Unleashed. We will see you next time.
Have a Hulk 180 day.
Oh, there it is. Wait, we need
Nice.
one more thing before I hit the okay.
If you say gaping holes, I will.
Thanks, Sal.
He didn't
I
answer.
know.
You just
I know.
See you next time.